And from the home office in Easton, Pennsylvania, Michael R. asks, Hi, Matt. I hope you and yours have been enjoying the sweltering heat in the beginnings of summer. This strikes me as a good opportunity for Matt to supply us with a sweltering heat story from 2025 from Two Rivers, Wisconsin. Here's my questions for Dave. Hi, Dave. I'm looking forward to get Ninja High School Cerebus crossover, the comic book. How much longer do we have to wait? That's an interesting question. I will see how specific I can be about that. I will take my voice recorder downstairs with me, and I will let you know what the scene is looking like in Gerhardt's former studio, now the Ninja High School Cerebus crossover studio. Okay, starting downstairs in my studio, I am looking at Ninja High School Cerebus Part 1, Lo, There Shall Come an Aardvark. Part 1 is 8 pages long, and if I'm not mistaken, I drew all of the pages from Ben Dunn's layouts, and then wrote the script. Yep, page 4, page 5. Page 5 introduces Sour Man. 6, 7, yes, 7. The part 1 is 7 pages long. Part 2 is untitled, and part 2, all of it was drawn by Ben Dunn, and I put captions on top of it and labeled it Part 2. Part 2 is titled Sushi. So that's pages 8, 9, 10. I did some drawing on page 10. Basically, the sound effects of the trucks are pretty much drawings with a lot of inking on them, and that was my contribution to page 10. Again, me writing over top of Ben's drawings, and that's to the end of part 2, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And now, going over into the studio and turning the light on. And part 3 is when Cerebus first appears. Part 3 is entitled, Oh Look, Here He Is Now. And part 3, page 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, up through 16, end of part 3. Part 4 is untitled. 12 through 16, part 3, I drew all of that and wrote all of that. Part 4 is untitled. It starts on page 17, and that's me drawing all of pages 17 and 18 from Ben's script. Then page 19 is mostly drawn by Ben, and I've done the writing on it and added in Cerebus. Cerebus is in two panels and then fragmentarily in two other panels. But the Ninja High School characters, Azrael, Ichiku, and Professor Steamhead and Jeremy are all on that page. And those were all penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. Page 20 is Jeremy, Ichiku, and Azrael, drawn by Ben Dunn. And I've drawn Cerebus and the backgrounds and did all the writing and pasted up the word balloons. Page 21 is all me, drawing the Ninja High School characters and Sour Man and Cerebus and doing the writing. Then page 22 is the end of part 4. That's drawn by Ben Dunn. He drew one of the books in the background. I drew the other books. He penciled and inked Sour Man. I whited out Sour Man's feet to make them look more like the Sour Man feet earlier in the story. Rivalson Lendo, the character, is penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. And same thing with the close-up of Sour Man and Rivalson in panel 2, Rival Stan in panel 3, Rival Stan in panel 4. I drew Tomb Raider, Red Sophia in the last two panels, and that brings us to the end of part 4. Part 5 starts on page 23. The game is afoot. And this is all me from Ben Dunn's script, improvising a lot. So I penciled and inked that page. Page 24, Jeremy and Azrael in the top panel. Those are penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. I've done the background of the Quagmire High daycare, and then in the middle section, I drew the three Cerebuses. I wrote all of the word balloons, and Azrael or Ichiku in the foreground, that was penciled and inked by Ben Dunn, and Jeremy in the bottom panel was penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. Page 25, Ichiku in the top panel, Ichiku in the middle panel, and Azrael and Jeremy in the bottom panel. Those were penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. He also did the flash lines in the background of panels 1 and panel 3. I added in Cerebus and the daycare center and the daycare kids. Page 26. This is all been done at the top, including the background in panel 2. I added in the sound effect. That's Azrael, and I did the background in panel 3. I did the Dick Tracy movie poster. The story takes place in 1990. Ben Dunn did penciled and inked Azrael in the bottom left panel, and Azrael in the background of the last panel. I put Cerebus and Ichiku having their sword fight, starting their sword fight um, in the foreground, and did the backgrounds, and wrote the word balloons and pasted those up. 27, 28, and 29. That was me going. If this is called Ninja High School, we really have to have more fight scenes. Like looking at the Turtles crossover, it's like no, people expect their ninja action. So if you just have a lot of people standing around talking, it's not really ninja action. So basically, I took the couple of panels that Ben Dunn had marked up in the script for the fight scene, and expanded that into 3 pages: 27, 28, and 29. So those are all me doing the sword fight, the extended sword fight between Ichiku and Cerebus through until 29. And then page 30 is Azrael, penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. I did the daycare kids in the background and the background. I did Ichiku on the second tier of panels. I did Cerebus on the second tier of panels. I drew Cerebus's sword in panel 4, and Azrael is penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. The panel 5, that's Ichiku, penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. Flash lines by Ben Dunn. I did a little enhancement on those and added a background. Then Cerebus, penciled and inked by me in panel 5. No, panel 6. And panel 7 is Professor Steamhead, penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. And those are the finished pages. And on top of those finished pages, Ben sent me his version of page 17 and his version of page 18. And I incorporated those, even though it was kind of a mistake. It was okay. Here's my riff on your script, and then here was something that Ben had already drawn, and it's like, well, I don't want to waste a whole page, so I'll work that in. So now we're at the situation where, up until today, I could say the first 30 pages are done. And now, because I'm incorporating the 2 pages that Ben did and then adding in another page of my own, that is going to occur between my page 17 and my page 18. So those will be both Ben and I penciling and inking. So there's now 2 page 17s and 2 page 18s, and will soon be another page 19. So at that point, I'm going to have to start putting post-it notes sticky edge over top of the page numbers past page 17 for this is the actual page numbering, which will then, when those pages are done, which I've got 17 and 18 done, Ben's 17 and 18, at that point, page 33 will be done. Now, on the floor, page 21, this was another enhancement page that Ben had already done before he got my page 22. So this is now the second page 21, and this is all penciled and inked by Ben Dunn, and it's a gorgeous page. So I have to write that one, and that will be going in between current page 21 and current page 22. So there's now two page 21s. After that, we go to Ben's page 28. Because I inserted the fight scene 27, 28, 29, and 30. What was Ben's page 27 is now my page 30, will be my page 33. And then page 28 has got the Ninja High School characters drawn by Ben and penciled and inked by Ben, and little rough Cerebus penciled in. And those aren't going to be Cerebuses, but I've already sort of worked out mentally, okay, I know what I'm going to do on that page, and then I'm going to need another page after that one. So after Ben's page 28, then there'll be a page 29, and that will overlap with page 29, which has three Ninja High School characters drawn, Azrael, Ichiku, Jeremy, and Professor Steamhead, and then lots of room for me to try tying in the plot. Then we've got Ben's page 30, which is, I remember reading the script and going, you don't actually expect me to draw all this. And it's like, no, he didn't expect me to draw all this. He drew all that. So there's room for three Cerebuses on page 30. The rest of it's penciled and inked by Ben. And I have to figure out how to explain what's going on without covering up this magnificent drawing that he did in panel 1. So that'll be my challenge for that page. Page 31, Ninja High School. Ben Dunn did all of the page. There's room for a Cerebus in the bottom left, but I don't think that's going to be Cerebus. Oddly enough, there's a Teenage Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, throwing the pie in the face of a ninja in panel 3. I'm looking forward to seeing how I'm going to tie that one in. Page 32 is all penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. Room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiny little Cerebuses in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels on that page. Like I say, the rest of them penciled and inked. Page 33 is all penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. Room for three little Cerebuses, and trying to fit in the word balloons, which, without covering up Ben's great drawing on that. Then we have another page, page 34, Ben's page 34, penciled and inked Ninja High School characters and ninjas, with room for 1, 2, 3 little Cerebuses. Then we got the ninjas again on page 35, penciled and inked by Ben Dunn. He's got most of it done. Room for 2 Cerebuses on that page. Page 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels. All of them mostly done by Ben Dunn with the Ninja High School characters, and room for 1, 2, 3 Cerebuses. And then a really good page, Not quite finished, so I get to actually finish one of Ben's um, Ichiku drawings, which takes up a good part of page 37. Uh, and then a couple of smaller drawings of Ichiku. So I had asked Ben to do that. Don't finish all of them, and let me have some fun here. So that's page 37, and room for one, two, three, four, five little Cerebuses. Um, Ben's page 38 is just um, I would say it's between a layout and a tight pencil. All of the characters and no inking, so I will be able to ink Azrael and Ichiku and Cerebus and Sour Man. Same deal, page 39 is all pencil, so I'll be finishing all of that and putting the writing in, and Ben's got the panel borders put in, so that'll be interesting. Um, the previous 3 pages I can put my own panel borders in. Then we've got big fight between Sour Man and Cerebus. Tomb Raider, Red Sophia, Jeremy and Tomb Raider, Red Sophia. That's all in pencil, so I'll be doing all of that one. Page 41 is all penciled. Again, I would say it's between a layout and a pencil, and I can definitely see exactly what's going on, and I should have no problem sticking to plan on that one. Same deal with Tomb Raider Red Sophia versus Sour Man. That's Ben's page 42. Page 43 is just in pencil. No panel borders. The panel borders are gone, so I can make up my own panel borders. And Cerebus, Sour Man, Ichiku, Rivalson, Tomb Raider Red Sophia, Azrael, Jeremy, and Cerebus again. So that's all in pencil. Big full page image splash page in the middle of the story, and that's page 44. Page 44 layout and coming in for a landing on Ben's version. All of the characters, the big climax on page 45, and then 46. Where's page 46? Yes, 46 is Professor Steamhead, the Ninja High School characters, and then poof, Cerebus and Tomb Raider Red Sophia disappear and then are walking off into the sunset on page 47. I am guessing that my big shock surprise ending on Ninja High School Cerebus crossover, I'm not sure how many pages that's going to be, but it will be tacked on to the end. Well, pretty much everything that I've got here that Ben Dunn's done is going straight ahead, straight through to his page 44, and then Dave takes over and throws a monkey wrench into everything for, I hope, about 4 or 5 pages, and then at that point we pick up with Ben's page 46 and page 47. So ballpark, long story, not even particularly short, just long in a different way. Done through at no pun intended, done through until page 30, 33. And as you can see from my description, we're probably looking at a 60-page book. So about halfway, and I started this 15 years ago. No, that's Strange Death of Alex Raymond. No, I'm not sure exactly when I started this, but at this point, I'm able to keep up the 1 page a week on Strange Death of Alex Raymond. That takes Friday, Saturday, and Monday, and then I can get a Ninja High School page done. Again, no pun intended. Ninja High School page done on Tuesday, sometimes Tuesday and part of Wednesday. So at that point, we're talking about 1 page a week and having to do 30 pages. So ballpark figure would be 6 months. I should be wrapping it up, and little over 6 months. So we're in July right now. January, February, maybe March. Like you always have to build in unexpecteds, particularly with a project this size. So I'm assuming that we will be done February, March of next year. Now, Michael, since you asked, and we're still on your first question, it's going to be published differently because Ben Dunn has Antarctic Press, and of course I've got Aardvark van Heim. So essentially, what's going to happen is, I think Ben will be publishing the whole book when it's done in color, probably square bound, and distributed through whoever it is that he distributes his books now. I'll be doing a Kickstarter, but for doing the book in pieces. So I'll be doing. I haven't really decided. I will confess that. It's like if I do a 12-page part one, that takes it through to the end of part two of the actual story. And that would be offered as a 12-page comic book. And the other possibility is a 16-page comic book or a 24-page comic book, which would be whatever part of the story that would be. And because I know people would like to see everything right now, it's, well, okay, I won't actually be done the Ninja High School Cerebus crossover when the first part comes out. The 16 pages or the 12 pages or the 24 pages. I think we will probably do that as part of an all comics Kickstarter, or whatever fundraising method we're going to be using for that. So where are you here? How much longer do we have to wait? Bottom line, it won't be 6 months. It'll be 6 months or 7 months for the finished book. But sometime theoretically between now and Christmas, you will be able to get the first 12 pages or the first 16 pages or the first 24 pages. Will this be a standalone issue? Yes, in a manner of speaking. It's one of my ambitions with it that anybody should be able to pick it up and read it who have never read Cerebus or Ninja High School and be able to pick up, okay, I understand what's going on here to one degree or another. It does link to Cerebus number one. That all of the action from Cerebus's point of view takes place on page 18 of Cerebus number one, and then suddenly he goes to the Ninja High School universe, Quagmire, and has his adventure there, and then returns to Cerebus number one. More generally, it links to Ninja High School about year 3. Ben started the book in 1987, so it links to Ninja High School 1990. What is Ben Dunn's contribution? Well, I've outlined that in question number 1, pretty extensive. There's no question that this is the closest to a 50-50 crossover that I've ever done. And that's another possibility. How will I be able to get the comic? Like I say, it'll be a Kickstarter or part of a Kickstarter. Will there be variant covers? There's probably going to be several variant covers depending on how much of the book Aardvark Vanaheim publishes at one time. 5 16-page comic books or 4 24-page comic books. That hasn't been settled yet. That's, as Teddy Kennedy used to say, we'll drive off that bridge when we come to it. But there is also, I've got Ben's script and I've got Ben's original layouts. So one of the things that I'm thinking of doing is actually publishing a facing page. Here's Ben's script for page 1. Here's the facing page 1, and then you'll be able to compare that with the finished page 1 that I did, and you should be able to go through the whole book page by page and comparing those, except in the instances where I just started on the page and wailed on it. There's no layouts, there's no script. It's just Dave Sim winging it. So there you go. That's, I'm looking at here, 6 hours and 15 minutes. No. I've been talking for at least 20 minutes. So that's the best I can do on answering that. P.S. Any positive new news on the phone/fax situation? Depends on what you call positive new news. I consider it positive news that I don't have a phone or a fax anymore. It's amazing how long a time it has taken me to get over the slave to my phone, slave to my fax mental stigma that I'm still kind of stuck in. Every time I come up the stairs, I still want to stick my head around the corner of the office to check and see if there's any phone messages, if the message light is flashing. And it's like, there's no messages, Dave. There haven't been any messages since May 8th. You really have to get over this. Rolly has found a way to record my phone messages. I still do have voicemail, and once a week he uploads those to the Camp David computer. I go back there and click on the voice messages icon, and then listen to the phone messages. And I got to tell you, none of them have been worth writing home about. It's um, I'm very very happy not having a phone and not having a fax. I might use April Cooper's suggestion, which was because anything that you're going to have in terms of an alarm system or notification, I've fallen and I can't get up, all has to go through the internet now. She suggested a bullhorn, and as funny as that is, that's really what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to get a couple of very small speakers, and of course you can get really, really tiny speakers now, and put them on the front of the house, and basically have a public broadcast system cranked to 10 that if anything happens in the house and I fall down the basement stairs or I collapse with a stroke in the rectangle office or whatever it is that happens, there will be a panic button that I can push and just say, and I will give the number of the house. Let's say it's 58. I will say, "Hi, this is Dave Sim in number 58. Can somebody please call 911? I'm having an emergency." And then I'll just keep saying that until somebody shows up. So yeah, it's a work in progress, but as far as I'm concerned, that's positive new news on the phone/fax situation.